Hiya, I'm ThatJaymsWisdom, and this is And Another Thing, and today I'm going to be talking about whatever I feel like. Hello everybody, so this video is completely unplanned and unscripted because I don't really know what to talk about. The point of And Another Thing is usually I would talk about stuff that's happened in the last 2 weeks, but I haven't really been keeping up with any kind of news and current events kind of stuff, and I did a video last week and the week before on video games and the controversy around some video game stuff, and there doesn't seem to that has changed much, or that there's been that much in terms of new controversies around that kind of thing. So I don't really know what to talk about. I thought, well, maybe I could talk about Star Wars, but I haven't seen it yet, so there's that. I haven't really watched anything. I haven't quite finished Punisher yet. I'm really enjoying Punisher so far. But I haven't finished it to give you like a proper review of it. So I haven't really been, watching that much in terms of telly. And I haven't seen Star Wars yet. I could do a review of another film, but I don't feel like people are going to be that interested in the other stuff I've seen more recently. I mean, Paddington 2 was bloody fantastic, but it's basically almost finished now in cinemas anyway. So it's not like I can recommend you go and see it immediately. But, so I thought what I'd do today is I'd just kind of talk randomly about some bits and pieces. So I guess now I've already talked a little bit about Paddington 2. Paddington 2 I saw last week, was really great. Just really wholesome, family fun, but also kind of really emotional, and it's really sad at points, it's really happy at points. I cried multiple times during that film. It was kind of intense, but it was really good. So I mean that's a thing to talk about. There's not really much more to add than that. It was just a wonderful film, which is exactly what I said in my weekly film tweet. There is, Paddington 2 is simply wonderful, and that's all there is really you need to say about it. I am on track for my 52 films this year. I think for the next 3 it will be Star Wars. I'm going to see probably Jumanji, even though I think I'm going to hate Jumanji. I really don't like the look of that film. And also The Greatest Showman. So I'll be seeing The Greatest Showman probably day or 2 after Christmas. I'll see Jumanji in the next week or so. And I'm seeing Star Wars hopefully on Thursday, I think, at this point. So maybe I'll talk about it in another video coming up. I'm not super excited about Star Wars. I'm curious. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Finn more than anything else. I don't really care what, Daisy Ridley's character, Rey, is, what her relationship is to any of the others, or what really ends up happening with her. Like, she's going to turn into a Jedi or something, and she's going to fight the evil and all the rest of that nonsense, probably. And it looks like it could be a good, fun, entertaining film. And I'm interested to see it, but I'm also, mostly just curious to see what happens with Finn after he got proper beat up at the end of the previous one. I'm hoping he comes back with robot legs or something. I think that'd be cool, personally. But yeah, I don't know. So there's that. I thought I could talk about Christmas as well, because Christmas is fast approaching. But I have done my level best, to not really think about Christmas, I guess. I haven't started my Christmas shopping yet, and it is now, I'm recording on Monday. I usually record on a Sunday because I didn't have anything to say. I didn't really know what to do. But yeah, so I haven't actually done any Christmas shopping yet, and I've got a week to get it all done. So I guess Amazon Prime, and if it's not on Amazon Prime, I'm not going to get it. Because I don't know what to get anyone though either this time around. Even friends, usually I'd have ideas for friends, that would be great for that person, that would be great for this person. No clues for anyone. Not my brothers, not my mum and dad, not my uncle, just no one. No clue for anyone. And I have not really been thinking about it much at all anyway. So next week I'll probably do a proper Christmas video, because it will be the day before Christmas when I record. So that will probably be my proper Christmassy related video, because I can't have left it that late at that point, hopefully. And then the week after I'll do stuff with a bit of a life update. Things have got some stuff going on. It'll be all kind of next year. A bunch of stuff is going to be happening. So I'll talk about that kind of the week after Christmas, which will be like a New Year video, I guess. So today, I guess the main thing I've been doing recently is kind of video game related. So I finished the live stream I was doing on my other channel yesterday, playing Hue, and that was really good fun, with the exception of the very last video, where at the beginning, it's like the last video is like an hour and 40 minutes, and about 45 to 50 minutes of that video are one bloody room in that puzzle sequence, and it was just a nightmare, and it was no fun. It was just incredibly frustrating, but otherwise the game was really, really good, and it felt really kind of, oh, I do this, then I do this, and then, oh no, I didn't quite do that correctly. Okay, well, I've got that first bit of the puzzle solved. Now how do I do the rest of the puzzle? And the game, if you don't know anything about it, is basically, it's a side-scrolling platformer puzzler type thing, where you can change the colours of the, well, you change the colour of the background, and as you unlock more colours, you can change the background's colour more. And when you change the background colour, certain objects will disappear in the world. So if you've got an orange box that you can push around, if you change the background to orange, well, that orange box will disappear, and you can walk through that space or whatever. So it's a puzzle related to kind of the colour wheel, hue as in hues as in colour. And I thought that was a really interesting game. I really enjoyed it. So I was playing that yesterday, finished that yesterday. It was nice. Not entirely sure that there's a narrative to it. I mean, there is kind of a narrative to it, but the ending doesn't really make a lot of sense. So, I mean, if you're in it for the narrative, it's not necessarily the best choice. But what else does we do? So, otherwise, in terms of video games, I've been playing Overwatch, because the new Overwatch Winter Wonderland, or whatever they call it, stuff has dropped. So they've got all this new costumes and things like that, which I've been trying to unlock. So every day I've been doing a bit of that, just try and get a crate or so to get the new stuff. And I'm enjoying it again. I had sort of stopped playing Overwatch for a while because I'm kind of done with it. So I hadn't played it. I played it a bit in October, and then I hadn't played it until this week. So yeah, I've got back into it. There's a new character that dropped at the end of October, just after the Halloween event, I guess it would have been. And I haven't played as her at all until now, and I'm really enjoying her, Moira. She's a sort of a new healer character where she heals and does damage. And to be totally honest with you, I feel like she's going to get nerfed at some point, because she doesn't seem overpowered exactly. She feels like she can do everything. She's got good mobility. She can heal others and herself if you're careful. And she does damage, which is also kind of homing damage, so she don't have to be particularly accurate with her weapon. And it's got good range, so, you know, I feel like she's good. She's a good, fun character to play as, but she's relatively easy to get into. So I do wonder if she's either going to be, like, she has a low ceiling, meaning that if you get good as her, you know, that's fine, but it might not be as challenging as other characters might be, and therefore not as rewarding. Or it might be a case of she is just a bit too easy, and they make her slightly harder to use, or they change her abilities slightly to make her less powerful, or, you know, something. But she's very good. I'm enjoying that, and I am enjoying the Winter Wonderland skins and things that are available. The game mode that they added, the Yeti Hunt mode, is really good fun, because that is really challenging. I'm about to sneeze, so I apologise for this. But the Yeti Hunt thing is really, really good fun, where you play as Winston as a Yeti, and you've got to defeat 6 Mays. Or if you're May, you have to defeat the Yeti, who has loads and loads of health, before he kills 6 Mays. And that's good fun. That's a really entertaining game, and I've been enjoying that as well. In terms of Christmassy content, the Animal Crossing game just had another update as of yesterday. So now there's more stuff in Animal Crossing to do. They've got flowers, you've got gardens, so you can cross-pollinate flowers and you can create different types of flowers and stuff. And yeah, that's really it. Oh no, there was one other game I was going to talk about. So there's a bunch of games. This is what I'm going to talk about today. This is just going to be all about video games today. I know I've done a bunch of video game stuff, but we've talked about Hue now. We've talked about Overwatch and the new stuff in Overwatch. Animal Crossing has some new stuff as well. Interesting stuff. I don't think the flowers thing has added a huge amount of playability or extra playability, but it's an interesting new thing, and it's a good reason to go to other people's campsites, because that's something that you don't really need to do unless you're trying to get a daily goal of, you know, give kudos to a certain number of people. which may mean nothing to people that haven't played Animal Crossing, but you get rewards for going to other people's campsites, so their little area that they've built up, and just sort of saying hi to them, and then you get a reward for doing that, which is to encourage you to go and sort of see what other people are doing and kind of make it a social experience. The flowers thing, I think, is even further along with that, because you can go and water other people's flowers, and you can go and cross-pollinate with other people's flowers. And if you do that, you get seeds. So if you cross-pollinate with someone else's stuff, you might get more stuff for yourself. So that's kind of an interesting new thing added to Animal Crossing. And the final game I wanted to talk about, I'm still playing Lego Dimensions. Now, I really like the Lego games, and I did really like Lego Dimensions. And I still do, to be fair. I still do very much enjoy Lego Dimensions. But all of these games I've been talking about have had updates. You know, Animal Crossing had an update, Overwatch had an update, all the rest of that. But Lego Dimensions has been cancelled now, so they said they were going to do 3 years worth of content. They did 2 years worth of content and then cancelled the game and are not going to make any more stuff for it, which is fine. I mean, you get what you pay for. It's not like you'd paid for more stuff than you got, because you pay as it came out anyway. So I got loads of really cool stuff. There's lots of really cool packs. I spent an obscene amount of money on the game. But the problem I'm having is that it is, now that everything is out, it is so buggy. It's nigh on impossible to play. Like every time I finish a level, I get anxiety as to whether the game is going to crash and corrupt my save data again. So, I mean, Lego Dimensions I really enjoyed it, and I was really enjoying it as it was coming out when they were continuously patching it. But now they're not making new content for it. I just can't see them making this game fixed and playable. So personally, I think they should, withdraw it from shelves if it's this bad. I'm happy with playing the game, and I've been enjoying it. We just managed to, after I deleted all the content and reinstalled all the content, we managed to start playing through the Fantastic Beasts levels. And at one point we'd lost our save data in the middle of that, so we didn't finish it. So there's new content there that I'm enjoying playing for Lego Dimensions. But, it is a buggy ass game. So if you're considering buying it, you might want to hold off just in case, and just to see if they actually patch the game enough for it to really be completely playable. Although that said, a lot of people have said that their games are running fine. It's just mine, and mine's on PS4. And there's a few other people that have had similar issues on PS4, and I've found out ways to get around it. So when you get to the end of a level, if you take all of the characters off of the toy pad, so it's a Toys to Life game, you put minifigures onto the toy pad and they come to life in the game. If you take them all off at the end of the level when the cutscene starts, and make sure that there are no red bricks turned on, so they're bonus items basically. You get that do special things in game. If you turn all of those off, and you take all the characters off the pad, it seems to work. It gets through the save process at the very least. It still crashed at least once after I'd done that. So I got out of the level, it saved all my level progress, got into the home hub, and I put a character back on, and it immediately crashed, and the game went back to the home screen of the PlayStation. But because it had just saved, it was fine, and it didn't corrupt the save data that time, so we were okay. But it's a buggy game, so I would recommend kind of keeping an eye out for whether or not that's actually worthwhile. I do have another thing that I have that I would love to talk to you about, but I haven't started yet. I do have the new Lego Marvel Superheroes game. I think it's called Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. I get very confused with the names because they had a Lego Marvel Superheroes, a Lego Marvel Avengers, and a Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, I think. So it's either Avengers 2 or Marvel Superheroes 2. I think it's Superheroes. Either way, not a big deal. But yeah, that I'm looking forward to playing that and actually getting new content and having different type of Lego game to play, because they are very, very good when you get into them. But that's it. That was a rambly, just me talking about video games. I don't really have a question. I guess, what are you guys playing? What games are you playing? Oh, and I guess if you have a recommendation for what I should stream, not next week, it won't be, because as I said, next week is Sunday, is the day before Christmas, so I probably won't be in. I just realised to play a stream next week, so I've got 2 weeks to find a game to stream. So let me know if you've got any recommendations of games I should play. Has to be on PS4 at the moment. I am hoping to get a setup with a PC eventually, so I can stream things either from a console through the PC or PC games directly. But at the moment, it has to be PS4 because that's the only thing I have set up that will allow me to live stream games. So recommend away. Have a nice Christmas. I know we're not there yet, but if you don't see next week's video, I want you to have a nice Christmas. If you're a student and on winter break or whatever, enjoy that. Enjoy the time of year, I guess, as best you can. And I will see you all next week for another video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, I guess, and all that stuff. Feel free to go and watch the other videos that I have done on video games. So I did some stuff about video game controversy last week and indeed the week before. So next week definitely won't talk about video games, so come back for that.